Hello everyone, this is Mohammed from Python Ninja YouTube channel, and in this tutorial we will briefly introduce the difference between local and the global variables in function in Python. The global variables are defined as a variable which are located and defined outside the function. So what variables located outside the functions are considered global, and these global variables can be explicitly defined inside a function when we use a statement global. We will highlight this later. The variables that are defined inside the function are called local variables, and the variables that are defined outside the function is called a global variable. So let us highlight this by example. So we define a dummy function, and this dummy function we will define x as local variable, and this will have the same value of age. Age will be defined as a global variable later, and I want to print this statement: the age is, let us to say x. Okay, this is a small and naive function in which we have x as local variable, and it takes its value from age, where age is a global variable, and the age is 35. Okay, when I recall or invoke the function, okay, what the result should be. I recall the function. Okay, inside the function x is age. Age has been located in the top of this function, meaning that age will be defined here, and it will be assigned to variable x. Okay, so we have to remember that I first define the variable, okay, age, then I recall the function. Okay, not vice versa. I cannot put the age down here. Okay, so let us execute this. Then the age is 35, but if I will define the variable age after the function, then we will have a problem because age is still not defined. So before recalling the function, I have to identify, okay, or introduce the global variables which are used inside the function. Okay, for example, this age, and if I print age, okay, then it will be 35. It will not change. Okay, but what if I want to change this age to be, for example, 20? Okay, remember the variable that is located outside the function is a global variable. Okay, and this global variable I have to define it before recalling the function because I use it inside the function. When I go to this line, I see there is a problem because I have x assigned to age, then age modified to 20. When I run this line of code, I will have an error, which is termed as unbounded local error, meaning that local variable age, which is this one, here we defined age as local variable. Okay. However, it has the same name of the global variable, and it understood inside the function as local variable. This has been referenced, okay, after before this line, and this should be inserted before this line to correctly make the function work. Okay, so I can run this now. I isolated the age from the function and the age from outside the function. This is local variable, and this is a global variable. The function will behave here under the local variable. Okay, so I identified local variable 20, then I assigned the value of age to another variable x, and I printed this. So this age, the global age, will not be affected and will not change. Okay, and even will not be employed inside the function. But if I remove this line and I use only age, okay, without identifying it here, then it will be taken from outside the function. As I said, it should be located before recalling the function. But if I want to change this global variable from inside the function, Okay, what I have to do, I have to use the statement global, okay, age, then the name of the variable. When I use a global age, meaning that the variable is a global variable, okay, and any change of this variable will change even the variable from outside. So look at this structure. I have a function here. I identified the global variable age. I copied it here, okay. Then I assigned x to age, and at this time, because I identified the global age and age is 35, then x will be the same value of age, which is 35. Then in the next line, I change the value of the variable age, and remember here age is a global because I used a global statement. So when I change this age, it will also affect the age from outside. So when I print this age from outside, it will be 20, not 35. Again, here is the structure. I define this function, then I use the global age equal 35. So when I recall the function, the first line will I take this line and identify this variable as a global. Then it will put the value of age, which is 35, inside x. So x is fixed at 35. When I print x, it will be 35. After assigning x to age, I changed age, and age is global. So it will be like in the last stage, it's changing this age. So when I print age later after recalling the function, the value will be 20. So let us execute this line. The age is 35. Why? Because x here is defined, okay, and it's equal to the age before changing it, okay. So here age is 35, it comes here as a global variable, and we put this value 35 inside x, okay. Then we change the value of the age, which is global, meaning that the outside value will be changed internally. And when I print this age, it will not print 35, it will print 20, because inside the function I use this statement global, and which will affect the global variable. I hope that I introduced this in a clearer way, and by this way we can change any global variable into local variable. Remember that if I have like this function, if I will have this dummy function, and I will have for example age equal 40, okay, and later I will have the same age equal 30. This is called local variable inside the function, and this is a global variable inside the function. These both are separated, okay, both are isolated. So when I print age, it will it will print the age from outside, the global age, okay, because here I only just identify the local variable age. But if I use a global age here, okay, I use a global age, then I change, okay, the variable age here when I recall the function. For example, suppose I want to call dummy function here, okay. When I call dummy function, then the age will be affected, will be changed. So by this way, I identify two variables here with the same value. These are separated, nothing will be affected, okay. Either of these variables will not be changed, no one of them. So this is local and this is a global, and we will print the global here. But if I use here a global age, I mean that any age variable inside the function will be changed if I will change it, okay, and the result will affect even the global. So by this way we can change the global variable inside the function. So remember one thing, all variables that are identified inside the function without using, for example, age. So for example, I want to identify name equal, for example, Ali. Okay, so this variable is local. What is identified? The side function is called local. What is identified outside function is called global. The global variable cannot be changed inside the function, only can be changed when I use a global statement with the same variable. Then I can change the global variable. This is usually practiced when, for example, I have default values and in a form of a global variable. Later, I can identify them inside the function, okay, as a global. So I can take them inside the function and manipulate or change their values. That's only for local and global variables. And see you next tutorial. We will highlight parameter passing by objects and parameter passing by object reference of a functions in Python.